form that organization as a political party, or we are coming together as political parties to make a coalition. Of course, there is that belief and there's that zeal that the people of Kenya, or the people, the citizens themselves and the members of the constituent parties, they believe in. So what are you believing in? Are you only for winning an election and then after elections that you have nothing else to serve for that party? That's the sense that they are trying to communicate. And ODM is communicating to us, see, we have an ideologies and we have what we believe in. We are in opposition. As much as you can't remain in opposition, then you are not one of us. And this is what we are championing as opposition. You know, you are not one of us. As much as the court will save you and you might not lose your seat, we shall not count you as one of us. And that's the message they are sending to us, that we are not worried of limiting our numbers in parliament.
Yes.
But we want people who has utmost faith,
yes,
and absolute fidelity in our party.
That's it. Here's the thing, Jackson, this is where it starts to get complicated. And maybe there's a connection to whatever it is we're talking about this morning, to the ongoing talks at the Bomas of Kenya, or maybe there's no connection at all. When the ODM, when the main ODM decide in parliament is complaining about the conduct of one Speaker of the National Assembly, saying, well, we feel we are not represented here, and every time we come with our grievances that you're supposed to tackle, you do not tackle these grievances. Now, what is the next course of action then from Moses Wetangula? Because we do know very well that, well, the next course of action is a majority of these expelled members of parliament might run to court and come up with cases essentially to try and protect their party representation. If indeed that doesn't happen, or these cases then essentially start to pull for a long period, what is the next course? What's the next course of action from Moses Wetangula, Jackson?
Of course, certainly, if they do not proceed to court, and that would mean that the decision of the ODM party stands. Definitely, as the Speaker of National Assembly, Honorable Wetangula will be bound to follow that decision, because that will be final decision. But in the event that they move to the tribunal, because they have to go to the tribunal and then escalate the dispute further to the High Court.
Yes.
In the event that they do so, you will understand one thing, that previously, before promulgation of our 2010 constitution, we had something we used to call the parliamentary sovereignty. All right? So when our new constitution was enacted, now the constitution came up with something we call constitutional supremacy, meaning that the parliament is no longer sovereign, but the constitution is supreme.
That's it.
And that's why even the hands of the speaker and all elected officials will be bound by the decisions of our courts, because our courts are the only forum where the interpretation and the enforcement, so to speak, pronouncement relating to the constitution emanate from.
Yes.
So if they go to court, certainly, or the tribunal, and the tribunal suspends that decision temporarily, then there's nothing that the speaker will do.